Hello and welcome to Crafty Learns Mental Math. So after the 2-digit addition, which wasn't too bad, and I've started to practice and actually used it the other day, and someone was surprised, strangely enough. Now we're going to go on to the 3-digit addition. So this is just an extension. So we've got this little one here, and we're not carrying any numbers at the moment. So if you remember, we split it up. No, get the right one. Plus 40 plus 3, and that's what we have to add. So this method, so we're going to add 400 to 456, which is 856. 856 plus 40 is 896, and 896 plus 3 is 899. So that's the one way to do it. And probably this is better because once you get more digits, it's difficult to remember. This, if someone says, can you just do this sum, 456 plus 443? 456 plus 4, oh my god, so 456 plus 400 is 856 plus 40, is 896 plus 3, 899, there you go. Okay, so, but if it's written down, sometimes it's better maybe to do this method where you put the 400 plus 400, which equals 800, obviously. 50 plus 40, which equals 90. Yeah. Oh, this program is great. 6 plus 3, which equals 9. So 899. Now we have our little answer. So with things when you're not carrying, it's quite easy. It needs practice, obviously. So the more difficult it is, the more practice you'll need. But these ones tend to be easy when the numbers are underneath. You're not carrying numbers. It's easier to use this method, I think. When you're just adding 456 plus 400, and then 856 plus 40, and then 896 plus 3 is 899. Or this one, 400 plus 400. This maybe might be 400 plus 400. You know it's going to be 800. You know this is going to be 90. You know this is going to be 9. So it is 199. Oh, I did do that. So maybe this one might be easier for this kind of deal. You don't know. Depends on the person. So let's have a look at a bit of a more difficult number. Okay, so we'll cut it up, and we'll do it both ways. We'll see which way suits us. So it's 500 plus 50 plus 6. Now I'm going to do the other one underneath 500, but I'm not going to do the equals. So it's 500 70 plus 50 and 9 plus 6. So this is one way you have to carry. So this is where it gets a bit difficult. So first of all, I think I'm going to try the bottom method. So I know 500 and 500 is going to be 1000. Okay, so and then 70 plus 50 is going to be 120. So I know I've got 1120 already. So you know you can say, oh, I've got 1120, and 9 plus 6 is 15. So 1135 is the answer. Now I find this method easier, I think, than the top one. The top one you'd be, okay, I've got 579 plus 500, that's 1079 plus 50, that's 1000, and then, oh, what is it, 1000, 1000, you say you struggle a bit, but no, it's not too bad. So but you have to do it slowly. This is the thing, you have to practice everything slowly. So 500 plus 500, and 500 plus 579 is 1079, plus 50, okay, is 129, plus 1129, plus 6, 1135. So let's get that equals going. Equals to 1000. That's okay. Equals 120. Equals 15. So 1000 plus 120 is 1 plus 15 is 1135. I find the bottom method a bit easier, I have to admit, because you're breaking it down more. It seems to have more steps, but the simpler version. Because when you get to 579, I'm not saying top version's bad. This is somebody's method, right? But I've adapted it to be even simpler, because the simpler it is, the better it is. You know, even though you've got to add 3 things, you're adding 3 very simple numbers. Whilst here, you're adding 579 plus 500. Okay, that's not bad, 1000. But then you're adding 50 to 79, and this is where we get a bit confused. Then we have to go back to the second step. So, for example, we're putting 50 plus 79. We're going to the second step again. So 50 plus 7 is 129 plus 6 is 135. So you can get there. It's the same thing. And this is the same thing as well. But this, obviously, this is more visual. And this one would look like, it would look like, let's see how it would look. Oh. If you're going to think of it as a thingy, you would have 579, and you'd be adding 500, which equals, and you've got to add 50, which equals, and you got to add 6. So this is what's going on in your mind, which equals 1135. Now that's all right. It's how many 1, 2. It's the same amount of operations, but I feel that when you get to these type things, you're doing it more difficultly. So you have to take them separately. This, then that. All right. So you do the 500 and whatever, or the 2 numbers, and these 2 numbers, then these 2 numbers. Okay. So this is my my preferable method, to be honest, which is it's just a little different, but it looks a bit more manageable. And as we read from left to left, we also read down from down. Okay, so this one's going a bit too far with the left to left, because you have to start to remember a different number. Here it's easy to remember 1000. 1079 is probably more difficult, and then you go to 1129 is a bit more difficult. But it's easy to remember 1120. And add 15 to that, 1135. Okay, so from here on, you've got basically thing, and now let's just stick this down here, and I'm going to copy this, just a different one. But what if we only had, for example, we'll change the numbers. I don't know. So now I'm just doing random numbers here. So here you're basically, you have 600. So you're doing the 2 addition things. Okay, and anything you're going to add onto a 600. So it's going to be over 600, which is a good start. Right? So you've got 40 plus 7. Okay, which is 110. So it's going to be 710 plus whatever this is, which is 13. 710 plus 13, 723. So I think it's a bit easier that way. It's the same, and then it's the same if you want, let's say, oh, can we do this? Are we going to be too adventurous? Oh, we'll have to change some numbers, won't we? Let's change some numbers. I'm just randomly hitting keys. Oh. Okay. So this one, we're starting from the right to left again. So we know we've got 1,000 already, and 3 plus 7 is 1, so we know we have to move that, so we've got 2,000 already. 2,000 and 20 plus 60, 80, 2,080, and then plus 6 plus 4, 2,090, you see? So that's how I prefer to do it. It's this method. You can do what you want. I mean, you know, you do what's best for you. But breaking it down, simplifying it is much easier, because then you start adding more. And when you add more numbers, it becomes a bit more difficult. Eventually, you get so many numbers you can't remember them all. Only if you've written them on a page, you know. This one's a difficult one to remember. So you have 1,726 and plus 364. Okay. 1,726 plus 300. So you know you got 1,000. So you just knock that off and just put that in your pocket. So well, I've got 1,000. So manage it to, oh, it's 726 plus 364. So that's, you know, 3 plus 7 is 1,000. Oh, I've got another 1,000. So it's going to be 2,000, you see. The more the numbers, the more it becomes difficult to remember. But with this is just 3-number addition. So I hope you've gotten something from it. It's getting a bit more difficult, but you know, simplify is always the key word. Okay, so I'll see you next time. Goodbye.